The Art Academy series blends the experience of painting with the interaction of a video game. Atelier uses the Wii U gamepad to transform the console into an art learning tool and attempts to provide a learning experience that may quite well enamor amateur art enthusiasts. Master painter Vincent greets players, coming off as both charming and helpful. He's also quite knowledgeable in art history and bits of trivia, helping to flesh out the Art Academy experience. Lessons are divided into basic, advanced, and tools, all of which incorporate a whole spectrum of tools, from pencils and pastels to paint and charcoal. Having tools at the ready is convenient, and the game does much to showcase and differentiate between each one. Players can also magnify the gamepad to carefully detail each area. Each lesson is broken down into steps which do an adequate job of providing guidance. Mini lessons are unlocked, granting players an object to illustrate, but with much less hand-holding. Sketchpad mode is available for the most creative freedom. Lessons begin easily enough with Vincent guiding players through sketching a tomato and an apple. But lessons can become more challenging if not downright daunting. Art Academy Atelier is by no means a traditional video game and is not meant to be played in only a few sittings. As such, there is a handy save feature mid-lesson. When the learning curve steepens, it's up to players to continue sketching to draw the most out of the experience. The lessons do well to more than cover the basics, and players are free to explore their application. The overall look of the game is inviting, with Vincent having a cartoony design for an all-around appeal. The menu has a basic and accessible layout, and the game's music is a soothing fit for an endeavor that requires patience and encourages attention to detail. The Wii U gamepad also produces sketching noises for when the stylus rubs against the screen. It's a small touch that goes a long way to create a realistic feel. Finished works are recorded, and videos can be sped up and shared on YouTube. Aside from the game's gallery, finished works can also be saved on the Wii U or SD card, where they can be transferred and printed. Additionally, the game's Miiverse page is filled with other players sharing their creations. They're nice little touches that are vastly appreciated in a game that's all about self-expression. One downside to the game comes from the gamepad. In one case, it was difficult to identify whether I was using the required shade of green because of the gamepad screen's color limitations. Additionally, the gamepad limits sketching according to the size of its screen, and the undo button only applies to the last immediate stroke. The upside is that these are issues players can adapt to and ones that don't really hamper the game experience. Atelier's real value depends on players' skill level and how much time they're willing to put in. Without a point system or an objective goal, the experience veers away from that of a traditional video game. It takes a more subjective view to determine whether the task of each lesson has been accomplished. Art Academy Atelier vividly illustrates how a game console can be transformed to become a learning tool for art. Although more than a handful of lessons and minigames may still leave some players wanting more, the game does quite well to cover the basics, includes bits of interesting information with a good number of sharing options for finished works. Far from a traditional video game, Art Academy Atelier sketches an experience that's both inviting and realizable.